Vampyr. Oh, it looks like we got some messages from Dead VHS we're gonna play.
Gary, let me know when it's Yakuza. Or one of the three Shenmue games.
Alright, I guess we'll play some Yakuza next time. Actually, we might do that tomorrow. We might do a live stream of me and a buddy of mine playing Yakuza. We'll probably end up doing Yakuza 1 if we do end up streaming a Yakuza game, though, because, yeah, it just seems like that one will be the best option. That or we might do 0. It depends on what he thinks is the best idea for a stream. So how are you guys doing? The loading screens of this game. How we've learned that they just hate us with their loading. Come on, game. Come on, Vampyr. Come on. Sorry, I was checking whether that was still on or not. As you guys probably noticed, I'm wearing a headset this time. I wanted to see if the mic quality and audio quality was better if I used my headset.
And I thought last summer's epidemic was difficult.
Oh, that's right. That's right. We left off right here because the quest. That's right. Hospital benefactor. That's right. That's
Another
right.
night with the glorious battalion of Pembroke.
Did we sleep and did people get diseases or did they get healed? What was the whole thing going on there? That's right. We don't know her disease. Alright. So, here we go. Cutscene. Maybe. I don't think it's a cutscene. Oh?
The flu took my dear wife, Emily. I take comfort knowing we'll soon be together again.
Mr. Rainfield, that's no way to talk. You're in good hands here, and we'll be up again soon enough. Now do me a kindness and get some sleep. I'll be back round later.
Your words are kind, the blessings of an angel. You're the sweet, sweet lady of mercy.
Good evening, Dr.
Dude,
Reed. It's a
Bitch
pleasure
got
to
a
see
forehead. I
you.
mean,
You seem surprised.
I looked at my own
Dr.
and realized
Swansea
that's
has
probably
brought me
about
up
the
to
same size.
speed
No, I'm just
concerning
gonna be
your
quiet.
recent appointment to Pembroke Hospital.
You're a the lady who saved me that night, before vanishing into thin air. I remember you from the pub with Dr. Swansea.
Indeed. Allow me to introduce myself formally this time. My name is Lady Ashbury. I remember you well, in spite of the brevity of our encounter.
It's kind of confusing, this part, so yeah, I'm gonna ask that question.
So it seems our Dr. Swansea does indeed have a fascination for creatures of our constitution.
Dr. Swansea is a remarkable man. Dedicated, one might say, obstinate? He spent years compiling our bestiary.
I hope you're more disposed to answer my questions now.
You must have countless questions. But our rather urgent matter first. Swansea has explained. My cover, if you prefer, has been compromised.
Pardon my boldness, your ladyship, but I have questions concerning this condition we share.
As a newborn, your hunger for answers is rivaled only by your thirst for blood. But the questions need wait.
I'm a scientist. My trade is in the deciphering of mysteries, and I need information to feed my mind.
I will gladly answer every question you have, but first, prove yourself capable of resolving my predicament without eating the culprit.
Have any of the patients given you trouble?
These poor souls have so little left to live for. I do my
Hello.
best to ease their pain.
Let me know if the sound quality is better than the last couple of streams. Because I'm using a headset this time.
The world would be a better place if it were cared for by women like you.
You make me blush. I am simply a necessary evil.
Have any of the patients given you trouble?
These poor souls have so little left to live for. I do my best to ease their pain.
The world would be a better place if it were cared for by women like you.
You make me blush. I am simply a necessary evil.
Dr. Swansea has commissioned me to be your agent in this matter. You could start by explaining what's amiss.
These past insufferable weeks, I've been the victim of extortion. I've made a first payment, but the blackmailer grows greedy. I must refuse his most recent demands.
Who would be so foolish as to threaten you? A kindred spirit.
I think my
Even
cat
if it
wants in the
were
room.
the case, and I highly doubt it, a vampire would have asked for something
hello,
more
Salem.
valuable than money. My suspicions lean toward a patient, or their family.
This is my cat, guys. Sorry, he wanted in the room, so I had to let him in.
If we're dealing with an ordinary criminal, surely you've the means to deal with it yourself, if I may.
As immortal tradition doth dictate, all fangs and hypnotic eyes ablaze, the blood would run like a river. That's what I hope to avoid. Violence has a tendency to spiral out of control.
You can come down here, Salem.
What are your expectations? Please be precise.
As the newly appointed surgeon of this hospital, you are in an excellent position to ask innocent questions and deftly learn the identity of my blackmailer.
Please continue. Every detail is essential. I'm your man.
My embarrassment in this matter is eclipsed only by my shame at having put the hospital at risk. The threat from our anonymous scoundrel is clear. A list of dates. My visits coinciding with the dates of suspicious patient deaths due to massive blood loss.
Is it true?
Now aren't you the blunt one?
Excuse my impertinence, your ladyship. This is not an interrogation. I assure you that this line of questioning is in your best interest.
In all honesty, I'm not simply a patron to the hospital. My visits serve a dual purpose. Dr. Swansea has been treating my condition with a revolutionary technique of blood transfusion. It seems you are a specialist in the domain.
I'll take care of it. Do you know where I should start?
If that was the case, I'd settle the matter myself. You could talk to our local gossip, Harriet Jones. Not a pin drops here without her hearing about it.
I'm live streaming.
I'll meet that woman now.
My life,
I just
as
started my
others
live
know,
stream.
is in your hands, Dr. Reed. I'm sure of your discretion, but I do fear your powers of persuasion will be
Whatever.
put to the test. When this is resolved,
No.
I'll be your obligé. I'll answer all questions in regards of your condition.
I hate when they just interrupt the live stream like that. It's completely and utterly rude. I mean, it's not like they completely know every time I'm live streaming, but it's just, it gets irritating when you're trying to do what you need to do, and people just keep. Hello, Salem. That's my mic, sir. Can you not get next to that? I love you, but I just don't.
The patients are not fools. They know we are overwhelmed by this horrifying...
Good evening, Dr. Tippett.
Dr. Reed, any good news to share?
Corcoran, I want you to tell me about Mr. Connor. How did he die? What
Oh,
happened?
what?
He was my patient. He died because of my mistake. That's the blunt truth.
Oh, yeah, I never
Why
asked him
not
this.
stop practicing?
Are you mad? I killed that man, I admit it, and it won't happen again. I have saved so many lives since then.
Nurse Brannigan has been recently accused of neglecting her professional duties. Tell me what you really think about it.
This kind of protest is nothing but elitist bullshit. I trust Nurse Brannigan with my life.
Elitist
She has what
bullshit.
it takes to be a great doctor.
Do you really think she could
love
be the
that.
next Elizabeth Blackwell?
Believe me, Dr. Reed, a time will come when skill and skill alone will determine who can be a physician and who cannot.
Have you heard of any underhand dealings going on in this hospital?
I have no time for such triviality, my dear colleague. We're here to save lives.
Goodbye, Dr. Tippett.
Hey, Doc.
Have you heard of any underhand dealings going on in the hospital?
Blackmail? That's not my style. Too risky. The black market, though. Now that's where the money is.
I'll leave you for now, Mr. Cox. Good evening, Nurse Brannigan.
Good evening, Doctor.
Have you heard rumors of anything underhand going on here at the hospital?
No, Doctor. Never.
You're such a lying bitch. I can tell that's a lie.
Goodbye, nurse. Call me if you need assistance.
John Jenkins is active now, apparently.
Dr. Reed, may I help you?
For how long have you been working here, Nurse Crane?
I first volunteered at the Pembroke in 1911, a few months after Dr. Swansea was appointed.
And before you arrived here?
If you must know, this was my first job.
Well, Dr. Swansea certainly has confidence in your abilities. Are you in charge of the nursing staff?
Not in an official capacity, but the Pembroke doesn't always work above board, so to speak.
How is the duty roster organized?
Everybody works until they can't. If there's time, they'll eat a meal and shed a silent tear.
Damn. Hardcore.
What about medical protocols?
Dr. Reed, we don't have the money and resources here at the Pembroke like they do in the West End. We do what we can.
What can you tell me about the epidemic, Nurse Crane? I've been out of touch since I've come back to England.
Everyday folk don't know how bad it is. The papers certainly won't tell them. Not as long as the war is raging on, anyway.
News on the front stated that the Spanish flu was under control, at least in Britain.
It seemed to be for a while, but that was only last summer. It returned with a vengeance just over a month ago.
What can you tell me about our patients here at Pembroke?
This hospital was founded to help the East End poor and needy. But since the war
I'm assuming
and the
you're still
quarantine,
watching
we've
the
had
one
all
person who
manner of
is.
folk.
So,
Can you be more
if you
specific?
don't mind, comment whether
Well,
the audio
veterans,
quality is
the elderly,
doing good or
dock
not.
workers. We even have a few mental patients. If there's space, we take them.
Do you know if any of the hospital staff have had run-ins with the law?
Doctor, you've hardly been here and you're already questioning the moral fortitude of the staff.
Have you heard rumors about blackmail within the hospital?
I don't have time to listen to all the idle gossip that floats in these halls, Doctor.
I'll see you later, Nurse Crane.
Good evening, sir. I'm so tired. Will this shift never end?
I'm quite busy right now, Dr. Reed.
Have you heard about any blackmail going on in this hospital?
Blackmail? Nonsense.
Thank you for your time. We'll talk later.
I'm all right.
Good evening, Mr. Fiddick.
Good evening, Dr. Reed. Any news about my operation?
Have you heard talk of any blackmail here at the hospital?
No. Nothing.
Goodbye for now, Mr. Fiddick. I'll see you later.
You always knew the words to calm the children, Ellen. As for me, what a blunder.
Good evening, Doctor. How is my son doing?
I've read your son's medical report, Beatrice. It's not the flu or anything life-threatening. What has you so worried?
He was at death's door when he was brought here. I just want him to be better as soon as possible.
He's not out of the woods yet, you know. He might need to stay here longer than expected.
Take care of him then, Dr. Reed. People here only seem to focus on contagious patients. I worry my poor Mortimer will be neglected.
Have you heard rumors of blackmail going on in this hospital?
Dr. Reed, are you trying to take advantage of me?
Of course not, Mrs. Goswick. I'm just curious.
Well, go be curious somewhere else, please.
Goodbye, Mrs. Goswick. Good evening, Mr. Goswick. How are you?
I'm okay.
Your medical report says you're not affected by the Spanish flu. What do you think of that, Mortimer?
Does it make me happy? Not in the slightest. If it was up to me, I would have left this place long ago. I know I don't belong here.
And why do you think you don't belong here?
I know the staff have more important things to do than look after me. There's plenty of patients here who need their attention.
Cat's just being weird. Sorry, guys.
Have you heard rumors about blackmail in this hospital?
No?
I have to go now.
That was the best answer anybody
don't
get.
hesitate to contact me if you need any
Like,
help.
can't everyone answer like Mortimer? No. Yes. No. Huh? I love him. He's my favorite character in this whole thing. He's like so depressed and hates his life, but he's just great. Is this who I think it is? Or is this dumb? Yeah, this dumb fuck. This is him.
Good evening, Dr.
Really, Cat?
Strickland.
And good evening to you, Dr. Reed. Can I be of any help?
Sorry, guys. He wants out now. Just go, you stupid cat. He's being dumb. Love him to death, but he acts stupid sometimes.
Tell me, Thoreau, what's the real cause of your dislike for Dr. Ackroyd?
He refuses to admit that your blood transfusion technique is the only way to save Mr. Fiddick. I'm convinced we must use it.
What Dr. Ackroyd really said is that you lack the skill to perform this operation efficiently. Is there anything you have to say about this?
It's a false conceit. Dr. Ackroyd secretly envies your reputation. His jealousy blinds him. I'm not the real target here.
Have you heard any talk of blackmail going on in the hospital?
If you're running some official inquiry, you had better question the patients. They know more than the staff, especially old Miss Jones.
Goodbye, Dr. Strickland.
Alright, so apparently I gotta talk to Ackroyd again? I didn't realize that. I had a dialogue
I'm
chain with
quite
them
busy
still.
right now, Dr. Reed.
Personal questions. Nope. Nope. Jesus, you're level 4?
Thank you for your time. We'll talk later.
I'm still level 1. So, if anyone would like to, like, leave me a comment saying how you raise your mesmerization level without killing people, please let me know. Is that Pippa Hawkins? I haven't talked to you yet.
Good evening, Nurse Hawkins.
Good evening, Dr. Reed.
Goodbye, Nurse Hawkins.
Damn it!
Good evening, Nurse Hawkins.
Good evening, Dr. Reed.
Good evening, after I just fucking started. Here we go.
Have you heard of any underhand dealings within the hospital?
I don't have time for such nonsense, Doctor. I've work to do.
You seem nervous. Blackmail is a serious matter.
Are you certain? You seem nervous.
If you have something in mind, just speak up, Doctor. Otherwise, stop breathing down my neck.
Blackmail is a serious matter, Nurse Hawkins.
Everything is serious around here, Dr. Reed. Starting with patients who need me.
Goodbye, Nurse Hawkins.
Disgust on every street corner.
Good evening, Miss Howcroft. How are you tonight?
I need blood, Doctor. Warm, rich, vibrant blood.
Tell me, Thelma, what do you really know about vampires?
I saw one and he saw me. I watched him hunt and kill. I saw his terrible wounds heal as his victim died. And then I knew I was saved.
You mean you actually saw a vampire? Here in London?
Yes. And it has been the answer to my pain. I must drink and kill to regenerate my decaying body. I am a vampire too.
You have no idea what problems your claim could cause if heard by the wrong people, Miss Howcroft. You must stop this nonsense, now.
Why fear the truth? Strange things live in the dark, Dr. Reed. Strange and ancient beings that were here before this island even had a name.
Tell me, Thelma, why do you feel so attached to Mr. Elwood? Why him?
I'm not sure, Doctor. I think we have a bond of some sort. We've both suffered so much. He's the only mortal I find interesting.
Would you say you and Mr. Elwood are romantically involved?
No. No, Thomas is a delicate soul. Even though he disguises it. But I am not the woman he needs. No, for I am a vampire, Doctor.
Have you heard of any blackmailing going on within these walls?
I have no time for mortal games. My secrets are beyond their comprehension, Dr. Reed.
I'll leave you, Mistress of the Dark, to your nocturnal activities.
I wish I could be sick again.
I have wasted
Feel my
too
blood
much
boil with
energy for
fever.
so little result.
Good evening, Mr. Elwood.
Evening, Dr. Reed.
Have you heard rumors of underhand dealings in the hospital?
If you want to know what's going on here, you better talk to Miss Jones. She knows everything. Especially what she shouldn't.
Goodbye for now, Mr. Elwood.
Damn. The pain.
Who have I not talked to? I know there's somebody at least I haven't talked. There she is. Tippets. Milton. Have I talked to Milton? I
Good
haven't
evening,
talked to
Milton.
Milton.
Good evening,
I
Doctor.
haven't talked
Still trying to
to
save lives?
Have you heard of any underhand dealings going on in this hospital?
There are a lot of secrets round here. I'm not surprised someone tried to make money from them.
What kind of secrets?
I'm not in the gossip business, Dr. Reed. If you want to know more, you better talk to Harriet Jones. She's the eldest patient here.
Goodbye, Milton. Good evening, Nurse Hawkins.
Good evening, Dr. Reed.
Have you heard of any underhand dealings within the hospital?
I don't have time for such nonsense, Doctor. I've work to do.
Goodbye, Nurse Hawkins.
That's right. So the only thing I have left to check is him up there and him out here, and that's it. Right? Where is he? Oh, that's right. Sorry guys, I forgot that I can sprint first again.
Good evening, Dr. Reed. Such a pleasure to see you again.
Tell me the truth about your appointment as a medic during the war, Rakesh.
The regiment administration appointed me by mistake. I had to learn the job on the spot, sir. Very hard, sir, but I rose to the challenge.
Do you realize how many soldiers died because of that decision? You should have refused.
Yes, sir. I swear I did, sir. But no one listened. When the first wounded arrived, I had to do what I could.
It is an unbelievable story, Mr. Chidana.
It was a time beyond belief, Dr. Reed. But I'm happy not to deal with the wounded. I prefer caring for the dead now.
You can't impersonate a doctor. You can't improvise a medical education. People could die at your hands.
You're absolutely right, sir. But as a field surgeon, it was more like being a butcher.
Do you believe you have really helped these people?
My ratings were within the averages of the regiment. I saved lives, Dr. Reed. Does that not say enough about triage and war surgery?
Have you heard of someone blackmailing people in the hospital?
Pardon me, sir, but I have no idea what you're talking about.
Please show me what you have to sell.
Of course. It's just trinkets and curios, really. But I'm sure they can be useful.
It's so weird that circle is sprint.
It's locked.
Alright, so Swansea. Huh. Cool.
Do you need something, Jonathan?
I have just a few questions.
Then ask away. I'm at your service, Doctor.
I have met Lady Ashbury.
She's a fascinating woman, wouldn't you agree?
She told me you've been doing all in your power to cure her addiction for blood. Though unsuccessful, it's admirable.
Lady Ashbury is a cherished friend of mine. I would not betray her secrets without her consent. Come to the rescue of a damsel in distress. I ask nothing more.
We'll see each other again soon, Edgar.
Ah. Okay. So I'm just gonna do a quick run through here just in case there's anything I can pick up that I missed before. Same within here. Anything I missed that I can pick up. These are locked.
It's locked. It's locked.
Yep. All of that's locked, all of that's cleared out. Nothing over here. Cool. I know that box in there is locked still. I don't have the key for it yet. I think we're gonna go with the increased fire rate. And I think I did this already. Alright.
The pain. It's here again.
Hello again, Dr. Reed. I feel better already. Can I go soon?
Goodbye, Mr. Hampton. We'll talk again later.
I'm in pain. I need my medication.
The daily routine.
What? What? What is this? Who are you? Get out of my room.
There's no need for alarm, madam. I'm Dr. Reed, the new surgeon.
Preposterous. Dr. Reed, you say? I don't want some bumbling intern. Where's Dr. Swansea?
Ooh. She was rude to me, so can I be rude to her? I'm gonna do it.
If you continue shouting, I'll have you restrained and gagged. Understood?
How brave. Threatening an old defenseless woman. You know how long I've been a patient here. You've picked the wrong fight. I'm Harriet Jones.
Harriet Jones? Indeed. I've been meaning to have a chat with you. You know what goes on here better than any other patient, I gather.
Oh, better than any patient, nurse or doctor. I've seen so many vile undertakings.
I heard there have been some despicable goings-on. Was there a case of blackmail?
Blackmail? Wait. You're investigating something. This isn't a social call. One of those incompetent cunts slit a poor sod's vein.
If I didn't know better, Miss Jones, I'd be inclined to say you enjoy this type of idle gossip.
God's honest truth, Doctor. It's just the way it is here. Most of these bitches would let you freeze to death before getting you a blanket.
Most of these bitches. Are you the blackmailer? Nah. Nah, she can't be the blackmailer. She got nothing she can do for her. Nah, I'm not gonna accuse her. We're gonna keep going.
I assure you, madam, this is not an investigation into a possible medical error.
Debauchery, then? Nurses Crane, Hawkins, Brannigans, whores, all of them. They can't keep their legs shut. I've seen them scratching slutty sores.
Really? Well, if you have irrefutable proof, I'll not have the staff behaving in such a manner here.
What
this is your business, Doctor, not mine.
I'm dying.
I swear
What?
One of the nurses is cavorting with some man on hospital hours.
Thank you for your time, Miss Jones. You've given me something to go on. See you on the next round.
I need more of you now.
Miss Jones,
You're too funny, lady.
How do we feel?
Oh my gosh.
Again? Waking a poor old woman in her sleep? There isn't a poor life needs saving.
You lying
someone?
asshole. You ain't asleep.
Now, I need to ask you a few simple questions.
Well, if you really must.
If you could just tell me why you were admitted.
It's terrible, Doctor. What with a pain in my chest, coughing up blood, and I get awfully tired. Wouldn't be so bad if I hadn't lost my house and all.
I see.
No one comes to visit, you know. Not even my own flesh and blood.
Have you noticed any suspicious comings or goings?
Because you called them all
It would
bitches
be
and
a great
cunts.
deal easier to make a list of things unsuspicious in this house of charlatans.
Come now, Miss Jones. Surely it's not that bad.
Have you no eyes? This hospital accepts all manner of souls, regardless of origin. The proper sick cannot heal. We're kept sickened by the refugees.
Everyone here is very capable. I have not seen any instances of unprofessionalism.
That's such a lie.
Thieves and murderers, the lot. People have gone missing here, you know. Poof, without a trace.
I'll come and visit you shortly. Good night, Miss Jones. The patients and staff might know something. I'll start my investigation with them.
Hello again, Dr. Reed. I feel better already. Can I go soon?
Goodbye, Mr. Hampton. We'll talk again later.
Oh, so the people with the yellow ones were the ones I need to talk to now. You're Pippa Hawkins. You're who I need to talk to for the quest. But Let's get some other people involved.
But in the circumstances, I'm willing to give you the benefit of the
Didn't I already do everybody? Except for Brannigan. Brannigan had a thing on her for it. The Brannigan. Brannigan.
Good evening, Nurse Brannigan.
Good evening, Doctor.
Do you know if any of the hospital staff have criminal backgrounds?
The people who work here all come from very different backgrounds, Doctor. Just like the patients.
Have you seen a strange man visiting any of the nurses here?
I've never heard of such a thing, Doctor.
That's
Goodbye,
such bullshit.
nurse. Call me if you need assistance.
Crane. I feel like Crane will know something.
You're sure you don't come back with me?
Nah, I have to see someone at the hospital.
Be careful. You look so bad they may keep you as a patient.
Fuck 'em. I don't like hospitals, or doctors.
Well then, when you go back to Whitechapel, you may find this useful.
What is it?
A pass for a free medical exam by the best nurse available. Just read it.
I don't read well, but thank you, I guess.
So, were they both false leads to like slow me down or something? Hello! Now we're entering the sewers, going after a mobster. Interesting. Let me know if the audio quality is better, by the way, because I'm switched to a headset now, so we might have better audio quality, we might not. I would like to know. Oh, there we go. I love how when I started doing that. What the fuck? Oh, there's a pool of blood in there.
This man has been savagely attacked and dragged to the floor.
Hmm? Holy crap. This thing... It's not as good as my other second two-handed weapon.
What sort of creature is this? Here's what's left of him. Not a lot to check, but I should anyway. Some voucher for a free checkup in Whitechapel. What is Nurse Crane up to? I really must find her.
Oh, it's just the same.
This is despicable. I have this thirst for blood. Are you injured, sir?
Help me get out of here. I need to get out.
I'm Dr. Reed, and I'd be glad to help you, but you must calm down first. Please, take a deep breath and tell me your name.
Okay. Okay, I'm Oswald Thatcher. Please, I need to get
Hey,
out.
Oswald!
Mr. Thatcher, your friend
We're looking for you.
Newton sent me to help you. Do you remember him?
Yes. Yes, I do.
Good. Now leave this place and enjoy the cool night air. It's quite invigorating. I'm sure you'll feel better if you do.
I don't have the medicine to heal him. Nah, we're gonna save him. I was like, But, nah, we'll save him.
Are you sure you're all right, sir?
Yes. Yes, I'll be... as soon as I can see the sky again.
And it has to do a loading screen in between these. And we're gonna sit here while it loads. And ba-da-da-da-da-da. Ba. Come on, game load. Game load. If you guys have any suggestions for other games you'd like me to play, feel free to comment them. Oh, loading screen, loading screen, loading screen, loading screen. Come on.
I cannot enter. It's locked, all right.
Why? Why?
I'll kill you!
I cannot enter.
Oh look. Guys, we found a hideout we didn't have before. Now we're gonna sleep? No. What did that one guy have? He has a headache. Oh, wonderful. Gotta get the last set of treatments to even be able to cure his headache. Yeah, that's kind of lame. It's gonna be brutally honest. Alright, so we want to upgrade. Let's see if we can even upgrade this thing. Yeah, that's insane. The amount of potassium permanganate that needs for pneumonia. But now we've got one of each type of thing in case we need to heal somebody.
It's locked. This is despicable.
That was fast.
I'm afraid the trail of breadcrumbs leads beyond the hospital premises. I must leave for a time.
Is that so? Why?
Now it's time for you to be patient. It would seem that your blackmailer is part of a more complex machination whose root is in Whitechapel.
Machination? Do you suspect another immortal is involved?
I hadn't considered that eventuality.
Do be careful, my good doctor. When immortals are involved, the stakes tend to escalate quickly.
I'll return with case solved or carried on my shield.
That was fast.
I'm afraid the trail of breadcrumbs leads beyond the hospital premises. I must leave for a time.
Is that so?
Whoops.
Why?
Now it's time for you to be patient. It would seem that your blackmailer is part of a more complex machination whose root is in Whitechapel.
Machination? Do you suspect another immortal is involved?
I hadn't considered that eventuality.
Do be careful, my good doctor. When immortals are involved, the stakes tend to escalate quickly.
I'll return with case solved or carried on my shield.
Alright, guys. I think we're gonna take a break. And we'll come back to do another live stream. Either of this or Diablo 3. I'm not sure which one yet. So, I'll see you guys in the next stream.